complete. It's Wilson. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, it's Jones. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. A big play here in the big game. It's a gain of 34.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. Again, it's Jones. He pulls it in around the 5. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. On 2nd down, here's a run with Connor. And he's going to lose yardage here, taken down back at the 8. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jones. That one is caught in the back of the end zone. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. That opens the scoring here in Super Bowl 50. And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return is Dylan Laube. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them, Greg, the veteran out of West Virginia, it's Geno Smith.
As much as you try to tell yourself, Mike, that this is just another game, the reality, it doesn't matter if it's your first Super Bowl or your 10th. This is the game you've dreamt about playing in from the first time you put on pads all the way back in Pop Warner. You're bound to get emotional in some capacity, but you have to get that out of the way and get ready to do everything in your power to turn those childhood dreams of hosting the Lombardi into a reality. As long as this guy does his part, you're going to have a fighting chance to come out on top.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll stick with him again. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So you're on the sideline and you're watching the other team go right down the field and score on their first drive. As a play caller, you have to be careful that it doesn't throw you out of your initial plan coming into the game. They wanted to establish some ground game here early, and that's exactly what they did.
Play action now. It's Geno. Open man downfield. He's got his tight end, Bowers. That's good for 27 and a first down.
These are the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
On play action, Smith. That one, take it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Raiders come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Cardinals offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Jones. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Throwing is Jones on 3rd down. A throw right side is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Pola-Mao. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
Well, Raiders offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. With the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And the Raiders are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Vegas. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. To return is Greg Dortch. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. To throw, it's Jones. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run with Connor. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
There's a guy, Mike, who just refuses to go down. You'd love to see the old school kind of stiff arm, get off me. Ability to break these tackles and still pick up big yards.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. To throw is Jones. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Here's a give up the middle, Conner. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll go again here to Conner. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So after 1 here in Super Bowl 59, it's the Raiders with the early lead. More from New Orleans after this. Jones now on 1st down. He's got it inside the 5. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll run it here, and it's Conner. And he will fight his way to the end zone. James Conner. Touchdown, Cardinals. Ryland's kick here is good. And the Cardinals will tie things up. We are all even at 14. We are all square. 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Laube now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll go play action. It's Smith. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
What a start to this drive. Back-to-back, 2 big plays. And after that nice long run, all of a sudden you find yourself 1st down inside the red zone.
They go play action with Smith. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. What a big play, a little unscripted there. Greg, that is what tight ends do so well. Hey, you lived it. What are you thinking when the quarterback's on the move out of the pocket?
Here in the red zone, Mike, it stresses the coverage so much. When you snap your head around of your designed route and you see your quarterback has gotten moved off his spot, now it's just scramble rules. Stay in phase. Work friendly in the same direction as the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cards offense and their veteran running back James Conner set to take over again. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14. And they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Conner. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to Conner. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing, Jones. Throw on the run is complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
Here's Connor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. Jones trying to set up the screen, but it is not there. He just had to spike it. It's incomplete, and it'll bring up 4th down. Chad Ryland on now for the field goal. This will be from 47 yards. Ryland's kick is good. And the Cardinals will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. You never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. His drive will start on the ground. Up the sideline to the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? 1st down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Off the play fake, it's Smith. Off balance throw, it's complete. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Here's a run going left, and he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Darius Robinson in on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, Smith. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. His first catch of this Super Bowl. and good for the first down.
So, Mike, you look back at the quarterback and you see that this ball is coming out of his hand and it's going to be low. And the decision's made. You've got to go down to the ground to secure the catch. First order of business. Your hands are between the ground and the ball, no matter what that looks like. And then once you secure it, you've got to roll, protect the ball, and under no circumstances can that ball move or hit the ground. And how often do we see a great catch overturned on replay? So it's not easy. You get paid to catch them all. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live the play.
A second effort, and he is in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. That his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end in the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you, changes this entire game.
Carlson now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Raiders add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, here's Jones. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down. Now, Jones. He'll take a shot, looking for Wilson. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. And what a season this has been, and it is nearing a conclusion. You guys enjoy the show out there. We'll get it back out to you, too, in just a moment.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Raiders offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. Here's a run to begin this third quarter. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. This defense knows they gave him one, and they let him off the hook.
3rd down and 9. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 32 yards.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the halftime message was from the coach, Mike. He said, I want to come out in this.
Now, Jonathan Gannon not sure here about that call, and he wants them to take another look.
Under review.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play.
So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. A first down throw for Smith. Again, working deep downfield.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
And he gets him out of danger and then some, up past the 20-yard line.
For that play to work, Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap. Because when you do, you can see there is a nice run lane for the back to hit.
6 catches for him in the ballgame now. This one's good for a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. 2nd and a yard. Now a run, and it's their fullback with the carry. They're trying to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
I don't mind the call, giving it to the fullback, thinking he can just kind of plow his way through and pick up the first down. But what you're not expecting is for him to actually lose yardage, and that's exactly the case here. Now changes things a little bit now as they face this 3rd down. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close, out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll be marked down up around the 18-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. So 31 yards on this play. A 2nd big one in a row, and another first down.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
Smith now to throw on first down. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, it's Geno. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. That's the safety, Budda Baker.
These second-half red zone opportunities are critical, Mike. I mean, you're not going to score every single time you get down here, but it feels like at this point in the game, this might be my last chance to get this deep. You've got to make the most of those limited opportunities. At least come away with 3. You're hoping for away with 0.
Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jones. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by their rookie linebackers.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose of ground and pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
On play action, Smith. That is caught. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. Now it is 1st and goal. Here's a run. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Vegas. With that, he ties the Super Bowl record, his 3rd touchdown of the night. And make it a hat trick. That is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on.
And we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Back to throw is Jones. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Jones gonna hang on to it here. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, it's Connor. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. 1 quarter remains here in Super Bowl 59. EA Sports back for the 4th from SoFi after this. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. To throw is Jones. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Jones to throw. That one is complete to McBride. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Throwing now is Jones. He is dangerous when a play breaks down. A pickup of 18. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll try to run with their fullback. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. This is a give to Connor, running right. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll run. This is their fullback getting the carry. And he churns out some of the hard yards in this area of the field, working it to the 3-yard line. They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Hassan Haskins. Touchdown, Arizona. Extra point attempt to come here. His kick is good. And the Cardinals are able to cut into the deficit. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Laube now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25 to start this drive. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Smith. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down. Up the middle they go. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll stay on the ground. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up 1st downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
We'll go with the draw play here on 2nd down. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Smith. He gets that one complete to his tight end, Bowers. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal. 2 minutes to play in Super Bowl 59. We're back to write a finish to the season after this. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
On second down, Smith. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Jakobi Meyers. Touchdown, Raiders. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw. You're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Without question, something you never want to see, especially here on Super Bowl Sunday. Jones now on first down. Catch made right side by Wilson. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Now Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Here's Jones. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play here in the big game. 39 yards. Again, they'll throw with Jones. That's into traffic, but taken in. Now a timeout charge to Arizona. That is their second. They'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard it.
He's got it inside the 5. And the Cardinals are going to have a first and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Jones to the air again. To the end zone. It's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This is really on display right from the jump.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10. He'll try the right side this time. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Second down and 3. They'll stick with him again. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Play action now. It's Geno. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. They'll go. Smith. He'll push this one downfield for Bowers.
So this opportunity to go for it through the air on fourth down, but this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on fourth down.
And the Raiders have done it. They are your Super Bowl champions. Commissioner Roger Goodell set to hand the Lombardi Trophy to the Las Vegas Raiders, champions of Super Bowl 59. So that will put a wrap on this year on EA Sports. Thanks to my partner, Greg Olson, for a great first season together in the booth. Until the fall, Mike Tirico, good night from the Super Bowl.